As we see here at the start, the coxswains lining up their crews in the Temple Challenge Cup, Cambridge University against Durham University C.
You've got two big universities from the UK. Durham, it's a C boat against the mighty Cambridge.
It's always incredible to see these clubs and universities that show up with so many eights. It's something that in Australia we certainly go, wow, the British system really has this. I mean, to have a Durham University C crew, and we've seen many clubs, Vesta, for example, showing up with many entries in events. It's just the strength and the depth in some of these programs is so incredible, and something that, you know, internationally we look at and would aspire to.
Yeah, and any program needs that depth, doesn't it? Because you want, you know, athletes to kind of feed through the system. You know, people are going to leave and move on. You know, what's the next kind of cohort coming through? You know, it's like any system, isn't it?
And we have the live shots here on the course. You can see Cambridge University, as we probably would have expected to see, leading comfortably over Durham University C. This crew from Cambridge, 7 members of the lightweight boat race crew that won, and 2 members of the Goldie winning crew.
They definitely won't be lightweight right now, guarantee that.
Well, we're speaking to someone who knows exactly what that life is like. So if you are a lightweight rower and you have the opportunity to come and race at Henley, and not in a lightweight event, obviously, how do you handle that mentally, and how do you prepare in such a short lead time for something like this where you're racing heavyweight crews?
Yeah, it is a really different process, because as a lightweight you're going through your, you know, kind of making weight process, which is the way you get your head around being ready for competition. And I always used to struggle when I didn't have that process, because I felt a bit lost the hours before, where you're so switched on to every component from the moment you wake up to weighing in, you know, how much weight you might have to lose before, step on the scales weighing in, you know, turn up to the event. All these things that just disappear because you don't have to make weight, and there's this void. Very strange. But then, you know, the process of what they'd have had to do this morning would be different to what they're used to doing when they're racing as an 8, when they're weighing in at the kind of the races that are in the year. But they've probably raced over the summer as heavyweights. I doubt they've been racing as lightweights or the other events. They've probably been more in tune with that process of not worrying about weighing in, enjoying breakfast in the morning, you know, drinking more fluid than they probably normally would. Just various things that they wouldn't normally do if they were kind of weighing in before an event.
And do you feel during the racing, because you've been able to probably have more nutrition and you're a bit more fueled up maybe than you would be, do you feel better during racing, or do you feel actually worse because it's different to what you're used to?
Yeah, I always felt better when I had to go through the weighing process. It was a process I went through that got me in the right frame of mind. Yeah, I really struggled when I didn't do that. I felt quite lazy. Is that, I don't want to ask the heavyweight, is it lazy? I don't know.
Do you know what it's like? It's like pre and post children. Now that I have children, I look back and go, what did I do with all of my time beforehand?
I feel your pain. I feel your pain.
Yes, so I think I was lazy pre-children is the answer. Just as I maybe was as a heavyweight. Anyway, back onto the race on the course. Here, Cambridge University leading handily over Durham University C. The crew from Cambridge, Harry Fieldhouse in the bow. As we look down the back of the boat there, we can see he's back on the screen. They just look really comfortable there, don't they? Boat trimming pretty nicely, just ticking the boat along.
Yeah, because they've all rode under the same system, you know, because you've got some of them aren't lightweights. You've got that really kind of clear pattern of movement. So being able to chop and change people is really important. I'm sure being in charge now, you know, the big role you have in Australia now, you know, that's quite an important part, you know, interacting with people, you know, how people move from one role to another, knowing their skill sets. Good luck.
I call myself the coxswain of Australian rowing. But here we see Durham University there taking a look across. Jude Leavesley Richards in the bow seat, gap backwards. Can they have a bit of a push here to try and close the gap? But certainly Cambridge looking in control. And it is easier looking back on a crew once you're out in front like that, isn't it?
And that's the beauty of our sport, though, isn't it? Any other sport, you're in front, you can't see your competitors. With ours, you get to look back at them and know the margin you have. The only one that's struggling here, because they get a sore neck, is the cocks, because they have to look round. And obviously, they're the one that's meant to be relaying the information. But as an athlete, you get to look back, which is always nice.
And coming across the line there, Cambridge University taking the win in this round of the Temple Challenge Cup over Durham University C. Temple Challenge Cup, Cambridge University beating Durham University C.